The 2018-19 NBA regular season campaign is already halfway over as we move closer and closer to the league's annual trade deadline in early February, and a number of players, coaches and executives have separated themselves from the rest of the pack when it comes to their standing for the end-of-season awards, which will be announced after the NBA Finals come to an end. While things can certainly change between now and then, the 247 Sports NBA staff and the CBS Sports NBA staff has come together to provide their picks for those highly coveted awards, as a number of familiar names ultimately came out on top when the individual votes were tallied. Who do you believe should be the favorites to win MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player, Sixth Man of the Year, Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year? Feel free to share your picks in the comments section below. The Rockets' season started so poorly that it became fashionable to compare it to 2015-16, the year Kevin McHale got fired and they finished 41-41. I understand the parallels that people are drawing, Houston general manager Daryl Morey said on NBC Sports' Tom Haberstro's podcast in early December, adding that humans are good at finding patterns regardless of whether or not they exist. Unlike that disappointing year, though, the Rockets got their act together, largely thanks to James Harden playing some of the best defensive basketball the league has ever seen. That is not hyperbolic. Houston has gone from 11-14 to 26-19 because Harden has averaged 41.9 points, 8.7 assists and 7.3 rebounds in the last 20 games, with a 63.3% true shooting percentage and 41.4% usage rate. There is little precedent for any individual player doing this much, at this level of efficiency, but Harden has done it with such consistency that most of us take it for granted. James Herbert: there's really not much explanation required with this one. Luka Doncic catapulted himself out of the Rookie of the Year conversation and into the All-Star conversation early in the season, and hasn't looked back. The numbers and signature clutch moments are there, sure, but it's the maturity with which the 19-year-old plays that has garnered him praise from NBA pundits and fellow players alike. Draymond Green said it best after the Warriors beat the Mavericks in December: "That dude is good. He gonna be a problem. He's already a problem. Barring a catastrophic injury, there certainly won't be any problems for Rookie of the Year voters come June." Colin Ward-Henninger: Paul George is having the best defensive season of his career, so it's pretty remarkable that his defense might be even more impressive. We talk a lot about two-way players, and George has been exemplary in that respect this season. He leads the NBA in steals and is third in defensive win shares behind Rudy Gobert and Giannis Antetokounmpo, according to Basketball Reference, but neither of those players has the assignment of guarding the other team's best perimeter player every single night. The Thunder managed to have the best defensive rating in the NBA for much of the first half without Andre Roberson, one of the best defenders in the league, and much of that credit goes to George. Colin Ward-Henninger: for the second straight season, Domantas Sabonis has made a leap. One of the most hard-working players in the league, Sabonis has plenty of skill as well, and is nearly putting up a double-double off the bench. Through the first half of the season, he's averaging 15 points, 9.6 rebounds and 2.9 assists per game. And perhaps most impressively, he's shooting over 61% from the field, up from just 39% as a rookie. Jack Maloney: last season, Pascal Siakam was a solid role player for the Raptors, a versatile energy guy for a team built around star guards. Now he's indispensable, a major part of the team's identity, and he is starting to be viewed as a star himself. There is little Siakam does on the floor that he didn't have the capacity to do in 2017-18, but with more reps and responsibility, he has become a totally different kind of weapon. The massive increases in scoring, usage and free throw percentage tell some of the story, but nothing illustrates his leap better than the fact that coach Nick Nurse gave him the ball on the final possession of last Thursday's game against Phoenix with full confidence that he could do what he did. James Herbert: the Milwaukee Bucks have catapulted to the top of the Eastern Conference this season, and Mike Budenholzer is one of the biggest reasons for that. The Bucks made a few minor tweaks from last season's roster and now the team owns the second-best defense in the entire NBA. This group is certainly going to be a tough out when the postseason rolls around. Chris Bengal he traded for Kawhi Leonard. I mean, seriously, it's not any more complicated than that. He acquired a top 5 player in the league and somehow got Danny Green as a throw-in the deal. Jack Maloney.